There were two different ways for you to plan your print project. Way number one was to find a reference photo and to use one of the photo editing programs posted in our Google Classroom to create this kind of posterized or stamped effect. The other was to draw an image in your sketchbook using markers to identify the maximum 4 colors that you were going to use in your work. So you can see that I've got this drawn with markers. If I did, there's no preferred way. It's just if you were drawing your own image, this is the way it needed to work. If you were working from a reference photo, this is the way it needed to work. If you are working from your own drawing, the next step after making the drawing happen in your sketchbook is to have small pieces of tracing paper that you put perfectly over the image and trace for each color. So you can see I have traced exactly the white. Then here I have traced exactly what's going to be green. And so I can line these up. I would then trace just what's going to be blue, and then I would have the outline that's going to be black. So if this is the method you're using, when you get your block, you need to wipe the dust off, and you're going to transfer one color at a time. So I'm going to take my white layer. I'm going to use a piece of this transfer paper, put it underneath, and I'm going to trace everything using a ballpoint pen onto the block. So you do have to push pretty hard. I want to test it. The other way to do it is to color really hard on the back of here with pencil. It's the same effect. This is pencil. Once you have it transferred to the block, you are going to need to use a pen to outline everything. So that's method one. Method two involves if you used the photograph. If you use the photograph, you need a transfer marker to transfer the ink onto the block. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take my photograph. I'm going to flip it so that it's ink side down to my block. I need to take tape to tape it to the block. Why you can never find the end of the tape. There we go. So the tape doesn't want to stick to the rubbery surface of the block, which is why I've left these little white ends. So I'm lining my image up onto the block itself, and I'm going to tape from paper to paper. And I can do this just at the top, or I can do it at the top and the bottom, whichever way feels most comfortable to me. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold this on here, and I'm going to use this marker. What this marker does is it loosens the ink from the paper. So you can see it makes the image, the paper kind of transparent. Some of these markers are starting to, if your marker starts to run dead, you just have to go grab another one. Like you can see this one just went kind of dead on me. I'm going to do that all over. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use one of the Breyers to rub on the back of here really, really hard. And what happens is the image transfers, you can see here very lightly onto the surface of my block. And once that has transferred lightly, just like with this, I now need to use a marker, and I'm going to trace over my elements so that they're here and they're in marker, which makes them more permanent than if they're just here in the transfer marker. I'm also going to indicate which of the colors I'm doing. So you can see I'm going to color in anything that's black. And I'm going to like outline this edge that's the different color, And I can just outline it. I can put stripes in it. It's just a way to indicate which parts I'm going to carve first and second, etc.